Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new then welcome. My name's Kristina and on my channel we talk all things beauty from my own experiences. So before you go, make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave any comments that you have for me down below. It has been a couple of days since I filmed. I have missed filming. I have been out of town the last 2 weekends actually, preparing for 2 different weddings coming up this spring. I went on a bachelorette trip which was super fun like 2 weeks ago, and then this past weekend I went on my godbrother's bachelor trip. So I have been super busy, but I am back for a little while. But I wanted to make sure that I sat down and filmed a couple videos for you guys because I really miss you guys and I just really wanted to get some content out. So today it's going to be a very casual, laid back type of video, sort of like another shop with me video. You guys seem to really enjoy that. When I did a purchase or pass video recently, I loved doing that one and getting all of y'all's input on it. So I wanted to do it again for the upcoming Sephora Sales Event. As you guys know, Sephora always has 2 big sales throughout the year, one in the spring and one in the fall right before the holidays. And the one in the spring is about to come up, and I have been curating my wish list, and usually I'll give you guys recommendations of like what I think you should purchase, you know, but I kind of wanted to talk about the products that I want to get, like all of the products that I have been curious about buying, as well as some of the things that I plan on restocking during this sale. So if you guys are interested in seeing what I am thinking about purchasing and almost like window shopping with me, then let's get started. So I'm just gonna pull up the Sephora app on my phone. So first I want to go into my favorites list. I am constantly adding to this list. Let's start a little lower on this list, shall we? So first I want to talk about the products that I am curious on picking up. Most of these are like new products or ones that I just never picked up and I'm still like really curious about them. And then at the end, I'll share the products that I plan on restocking because there aren't a ton. All right, let's start with one that I am almost positive that I'm going to be picking up. It is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow Skincare Foundation with hyaluronic acid. I think that I'm going to only pick up the mini size. I know that the mini size doesn't make sense when it comes to value. You definitely get a lot more bang for your buck if you get a full size foundation. But hear me out. For me, as someone that has a lot of foundations, there is just no way that I'm going to use up another full size foundation. I don't remember the last time I used up a full size foundation in the first place. So for me, it's a lot a bit more wasteful if I were to get a full size than a mini. I just really want to test out this formulation. I keep hearing really good things about it. And from my past experience when it comes to Makeup Forever foundations, I have really liked them. And I think that this is going to be no different. I've heard great things about this one. I did think that I was going to make a video on this. However, I decided not to. I wanted to just wait to see like what the consensus was on this. And luckily, they do have a shade match for me in the mini size. I went into the stores and I shade matched myself. Like I went and swatched a bunch of shades that I thought I would be. And I ended up matching myself to the shade 2N26. This is the shade Sand. I think this is going to work really well for my skin tone currently. When I do get a little bit more tan, it might be just a touch too light, but I don't think that it's anything that bronzer won't fix for me. I'm actually going to go ahead and add that to my basket now so I don't forget. I think it's super helpful whenever I make these wish lists like on the app so I don't overspend, even though I usually do overspend. While we're on the Makeup Forever topic, I think that I want to pick up the Makeup Forever HD Shine Controlling and Blurring Setting Powder. This is their newest setting powder. This does retail for $43, so it's very pricey, which is why I've held off on trying it out. I'm kind of on the fence because you guys know I love my Oma Beauty Trip and Smooth powder and I love my Huda Beauty Loose Baking Powder, but I decided to pull out my old like Laura Mercier baking powder, like the loose powder, the translucent one, and it's been really doing it for me. Like I have it on today and I feel like it's giving me the perfect matte look. Like it's slightly brightening. It's a really good shade for me right now. So I'm like right in the middle. I'm definite maybe on this one. I've just heard that it's really good. It's a very, very comparable to the Laura Mercier one, to the Huda Beauty powder. I'm definitely a maybe for sure. I think if I were to purchase this, I would probably do the shade 0.4 Banana or 2.1 Medium Neutral, because sometimes when it comes to loose powders, the medium shades are too dark for me. I think that it's really important for loose powders, like to just let it sit on your skin for a little bit, because I do find, at least for me, it does tend to oxidize a little bit. So whenever I go into the store, I may at least swatch this, and this is most likely going to be like an on the spot type of purchase. Well, not really on the spot, but it's going to be an on the spot decision. So another one that I'm probably going to purchase, because a lot of you guys have shown interest in it actually. This came from my last purchase or pass video. It's the Ilia Skin Rewind Blurring Foundation and Concealer Stick. $48 for a foundation. Pretty pricey, and like I said, there's just no chance that I'm going to be finishing up any foundation anytime soon. But I think my curiosity is going to get the best of me on this one. I matched myself to the shade 19W Beach based on the photos that they have online. This is described as a medium with warm undertones, because I feel like it doesn't look too warm, and this does look like a shade that I can probably carry over to the summertime. I don't know for a fact if this is going to be my shade match. I do think whenever I go into the store, I'll shade match myself then, and then I'll pick which one I'm going to get, but I'm for sure going to purchase this one. This does have a medium coverage, and the finish is supposed to be natural. Typically when something says it's a natural finish, it just sets and like kind of wears well throughout the day for me, especially if I set it with powder first. So whenever I get that, if you guys are curious in seeing what my thoughts are, I'm either going to post like a video on TikTok or Instagram. If you guys don't follow me there, go ahead and follow me so you can stay up to date on my thoughts on this. Next we have this Say Slip Tint Radiant All Over Concealer. This retails for $28. Not too bad, especially for a concealer. I just want to preface and say that their original, I think it's called Hydro Beam concealer, I was not a fan. I feel like that one did not give me enough coverage, but it made me super, super greasy. And I noticed whenever I had that stored away, like the oil from it would just leak out of the product, and it was just a huge mess. It didn't sit well on my skin. It didn't really mix well with my other like foundations and my powders and the like. I was not a big fan of that concealer, but this one is supposed to be pretty different from that. They have a little diagram here just comparing them. There's 25 medium coverage shades. This one is supposed to be a natural radiance, while the Hydro Beam was a dewy finish. So I definitely think that this is going to be more up my alley. And it's supposed to be multitasking. It's supposed to be really good for under the eyes as well as all over spot concealing. And you guys know I use my concealers for spot concealing all the time because I do have a lot of hyperpigmentation. This definitely piqued my interest. I think that this is going to be something that I pick up. I think it will be dependent on the way that it feels whenever I go into the store and I shade match myself, but I'm like pretty certain that I'm going to be picking this one up. I shade matched myself to the shade number 10. This is a medium with neutral undertones. We will see. I feel like I could maybe go one shade lighter to shade number 9. This is a light medium with neutral undertones, so I guess it just really depends whenever I see it in person, but based on the photos, I think that I'm going to be shade 10 if I want something to match my complexion exactly versus something that's going to be brightening. Okay, the Makeup by Mario lip liners in the shade Tan and Spice Chai. He came out with a handful of new shades recently, like within the last couple of months. I've been wanting to pick them up, but I decided I would go ahead and wait because I have a lot of lip liners to go through. But the Makeup by Mario lip liners are just, they're my favorite formulation. I love how creamy they are. I love the brush end that they have on the other side of the lip liner. It makes it so easy to diffuse out the lip liner and they stay on the lips forever. So I swatched both of these shades and they're slightly different enough to where I can justify getting both of them. And I also swatched them in comparison to my other Makeup by Mari lip liners. So I think I'm going to get a lot of use out of these, especially the shade Tan, because I have a feeling that Tan is going to be almost like a shadow on my lips. So it's going to be a very universal lip liner, while Spice Chai is a neutral medium brown. I think this one's going to be one step lighter than the shade Travis, which is like my #1 lip liner color from them. So I thought that I would pick this one up as well. The Milk Makeup Kush Hydrating Sheer Lip Oils, these retail for $26. And I am really curious about these strictly because back when e.l.f. had like their CBD line, they had two different lines, okay? They have like their regular CBD line, and then they had a CBD line in white packaging, and they had a lip oil. And I know that they kept the balm for a long time. I don't even know if this collection exists anymore, but they had specifically a lip oil that had like a doe foot applicator, and I loved it. Like I completely used that up. I used it morning and night and throughout the day. I had it in my bathroom and I would apply it on my lips, and it would just hydrate my lips without feeling too slippery. It didn't feel too thick. It was like the perfect consistency, and it just like plumped up and nourished my lips so well. I never found it after that first time I purchased it. I think they had discontinued it shortly after I got it, and I was so sad about it. So whenever Milk Makeup announced that they were coming out with a CBD lip oil, I was like, okay, maybe this will be similar to the e.l.f. one. So I think I'm gonna pick it up. I have not felt these at all. I haven't gone in stores and felt them, and all of these say that they're super sheer anyways. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not really missing out on having any color on the lips, you know what I mean? So I think I will go with the Green Dragon. This is supposed to be a peppermint one. All of them smell and I guess taste different, and peppermint just seems like something that I would really enjoy. I will keep you guys updated if this is a good lip oil. I told myself like I'm not wanting to purchase that many lip products because I have so many to go through, but because I'm like on a hunt to find a similar lip oil to the old e.l.f. CBD one, I am allowing myself to explore the option of getting this one. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm actually going to go ahead and stick that one in my basket on my app. This is a fun and interesting one. I've been super curious about the brand Reese or Rice. It's spelled R-I-E-S. They have a bunch of different travel containers, and I'm very, very curious about these. I love like how compact they are, and they don't seem like they're the type of product that's going to spill whenever you're traveling, you know? Like it has a little pump sort of, so you dispense it that way, so you don't have like a twist top or anything like that. And it just looks really sleek, really pretty and cute, and I would enjoy having like a set of travel containers. I have some travel containers that came with my actual toiletry bag, but they're pretty old now. They're just clear, and you know how you can never like fully clean out the old product that was in like the travel containers? That's kind of where I'm at, and they're like dented and stuff. Sometimes they leak. So I think it's about time I get new travel containers. I'm going to be traveling a lot more this year, so I think investing in something like that would probably be a good idea, especially while they're on sale. So I definitely want to get the shampoo one, the conditioner, and maybe just like a blank one so I can use it for different reasons. I don't know. We'll see whenever I start shopping and curating my cart. I think it'll just depend on how much I'm already spending. And then from there, I'm going to decide how many of the travel containers I'm going to get. Another product I was super on the fence about getting whenever it came out, but now I think I'm gonna get it. It's the Huda Beauty Creamy Obsessions eyeshadow palette. These retail for $32. If you guys haven't heard about these, they recently came out, I want to say within the last month or two, and it's a cream eyeshadow palette with one powder shadow that's supposed to be like the setting powder for all of the eyeshadows in here. I was so on the fence about getting this and like doing a video on it, but I just really didn't know. Like I really did not know if it was gonna be something that I enjoyed, but since then I've seen a couple of videos that that have seemed pretty promising. I just cannot get rid of my curiosity when it comes to these. So I think I'm going to have to try them out for myself. I'm going to be picking up the shade Neutral Brown. They also have like a grayish palette, but I don't think I'm going to get that much use out of that one. So I'm going to go Neutral Brown because I feel like I can make a bunch of different looks with this. I can wear the browns alone, or I can use them as like a base for other powder eyeshadows. Speaking of cream and liquid eyeshadows, I'm hoping to get my hands on one of the Armani Beauty liquid eyeshadows. They came out with the eye tint long lasting liquid eyeshadows. The one that I want in the shade Wood 36M, it's out of stock. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that one does come back into stock. If not though, there are a couple that I'm curious about, like a couple that I wouldn't mind like trying out, and ones that I think I would probably really like. The shade 22M Cashew I think would be a really good everyday shade. This one is kind of giving me like the Rem Beauty less than 3, like the heart eyeshadow. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard me talk about that one in several videos. But yeah, those are the two shades that I'm like hoping that I can get. If I were to pick up just one, I think I want to get the shade 36M Wood. I saw someone on TikTok actually apply this and it looked incredible. She did like an entire smoky eye with just this one liquid eyeshadow. So that pretty much sold me. You guys know I love my one and done eyeshadows, so I thought that I would add to my collection. Okay, another product that I want to pick up, the Nude Sticks Nude Screen Blush and Lip Tint with SPF 30. You guys know I already have one of these and I really enjoy it. The one I have is in the shade Sunset Rose, but the one I want to pick up is in the shade Sunkissed. So they actually already have a shade called Sunkissed in their multi lip and cheek like stick. And I love that one. That was like one of my very first Nude Sticks cream blushes, you know? So I want to pick up the shade Sunkissed. I really enjoy this formulation. I think that it's beautiful if you're looking for super sheer, subtle types of lip colors and cheek colors. I think this is going to give you such a beautiful dewy look. It may be something that I will wear by itself without any bronzer, you know, like I'll just wear this blush on my cheeks and kind of have it work as like a bronzer in a way. I already use the shade Sunset Rose so much. I love the formulation. So adding the shade Sunkissed I think is going to be a really good staple for the summertime. Some hair wish list products. The Color Wow hairspray or the texture spray. This one is called Style on Steroids Color Safe Texture Spray. Now I do not have any extra color in my hair, but I do love a good texture spray. This one retails for $28. I have stuck to like my Living Proof texture spray, my Bumble and Bumble texture sprays, and I think I want to try this one out. I did see Kaki talk about this a couple weeks ago. She did a little Instagram story and her hair looked super pretty, very nice and textured, and she was saying how it just feels light, and she has very fine hair but it doesn't weigh her hair down. I feel like my hair is pretty heavy. It does tend to get like sort of weighed down throughout the day, so if I can get like a texture spray that's not going to further weigh down my hair, it would be great. And I've only used one Color Wow product. It's like, you know, the spray, like the little blow dry spray that everyone uses. I really like that one. I have no complaints with it, so I thought that I would test it out. I don't typically have like tons of different texture and hairsprays, so I think this will be my purchase along with the brand new Bumble and Bumble Dry Spun Light Texture Spray. I have been a longtime fan of their dry spun texture spray, just the original one, but now that they have this light one coming out, I'm super curious what that's going to be like. Sometimes the Bumble and Bumble one, if you're not careful, can get a little bit sticky, a little bit crunchy in the hair. You could definitely kind of like zhuzh it up and get rid of that cast, but in doing that, you kind of get rid of a little bit of that texture, a little bit of that hold. So I thought that maybe the light one would solve those issues for me, and I just love the way that one smells. And from what I can remember, it does definitely help hold the style that I have in my hair. So I think those two texture sprays will kind of be like my go-to for the next, I don't know, year or so probably. Fingers crossed these work for me. Whenever I try out a new hair product and I like it, I'll stick with it. I'll use it all up. So hopefully that's the case with these. A new brand to Sephora is Avrani. And Avrani Skincare, actually, fun fact, was one of my clients whenever I was doing product commercial photography. I will stick some photos here for you guys, some product photography that I did with them. They were one of my biggest clients when I was doing product photography, and I absolutely love the Avrani team. They're super, super sweet, and they actually recently came out with hair care. They did not have this whenever I was working with them, but I am super curious and I want to try out one of the kits or one of the sets that they're going to have. This is the mini hair density boosting treatment and recovery oil set. I love a good hair oil, and I could always use a little bit of density in my hair. I know I was talking about how my hair is very heavy. I just really like to pay attention to my hair health and make sure that I'm preventing hair loss. You know, whenever I had my perm, I did lose a lot of my hair. My hair was pretty damaged towards the end, but then I stopped doing color, I stopped doing the perms, and I've been really paying attention to like the health of my hair, and I think it's made a huge difference. I definitely see that my hair is not as dense like in my hairline anymore, so I just figure why not try something that may help with it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, you know? Oh, I'm just realizing right now that it's only Avrani hair care. There's no skincare. Okay, well, I guess I am sticking to the hair care, but if you've never used Avrani skincare, it's really, really good. They have this exfoliating mask that it's so amazing. It makes your skin so smooth, and it just like gets rid of all of the dead stuff on your skin. It's great. So that's kind of like my running wish list. And oh wait, you know what? I did forget one skincare product. I may or may not get this solely because I have so much skincare right now to go through. So I'm like, maybe I get this now, or maybe I get it in the next sale. Whatever it may be, I definitely want to try this product out. It's the Youth to the People Superfood Skin Drip Smooth and Glow Barrier Serum. This looks so beautiful and like lush to me. It definitely is a little bit more runny, a little bit more milky. It reminds me of like a milky lotion texture. My skin really, really likes Youth to the People formulations. I feel like it's not too harsh, but it's also strong enough to where it actually makes a difference in my skin. I love their Air Whip moisturizer. I actually have a new jar of that one waiting for me, so I can't wait to dig into that one. Their glow oil is amazing. I use that for so many years, and I'm super curious about their body care as well. If I were to get a skincare product, it would most likely be this one. Oh, another product. So these two are kind of on my wish list, but I also don't really know when they're coming out. Actually, no, I do know when the Urban Decay one is coming out. So the brand new Urban Decay Face Bond Self-Setting Waterproof Foundation. This retails for $40, and it's actually coming this week, so it's going to be right before the sale. I think that I would probably be the shade 18 Medium Neutral, and I'm on the fence on if I'm going to buy this during the sale or if I'm going to buy it full price and do a video on it for you guys before the sale. I just don't know yet, timing wise. I know that I want to talk about this. I know I want to include this one in a video because this is supposed to be a self-setting foundation. It's supposed to have actual setting powder in it, which is so interesting to me as an oily skin girl. I want to see if this is actually going to sit on the face really well. Urban Decay does their complexion products really, really great. They deliver on their claims all the time. So I feel like this one is going to be no different. The compact is interesting to me. It seems like it's going to be a very thin compact, and the top really reminds me of a mechanical pencil. I know that's really odd, but yeah, I'm going to get it. I just don't know when I'm going to get it. And same thing goes with the Jisoo Honey Infused Hydrating Lip Oils. They have 3 new shades coming out. I don't think that they announced when they're coming out, but I'm super curious about the Strawberry Sorbet and also the Mango Passion Punch. Mainly because the Mango Passion Punch sounds super yummy, and I feel like the orange lip glosses typically just give me a darker pink look on my lips, and it's actually super flattering for me. But the Strawberry Sorbet looks like it's going to be a really juicy dark pink look already, so I'm on the fence of which one. If I get this, then I'm only going to be purchasing one. It's $28, pretty pricey. I do like the formulation of this lip oil. It's going to be a true oil. It's not going to have any stick it's more slippery, you know, so it doesn't have a super long wear on the lips. If you like the original lip oil, then it's just adding a little bit of color to your lip oils. If they do end up stocking this during the sale, I may have to pick it up. Okay, going into my repurchases really quickly. I don't have a lot of repurchases. I told myself that this time around, I am not going to repurchase every single product that I love. It's just not necessary. And for a while there, I was restocking products that weren't even close to being finished. I was just like, oh, it's on sale, so I'm gonna get it because it's on sale. You know, I'm always anxious that I'm gonna finish a product like right between the sales and I'm just not gonna have them. But I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying to be responsible, you know? So my first repurchase is actually one that I really desperately need because I'm pretty sure I'm like this close to being out. It is the Kosas deodorant. I've talked about this so many times. I think I've gone through 2 tubes now. It's the best. It's like an AHA chemical exfoliator type of deodorant. It kills the bad, stinky bacteria in your armpits. So it helps to essentially not just mask smell, but like completely get rid of it. It's like a gel roll-on, so it's really easy to apply. It does take like a minute or so to dry, but once it dries, it's completely clear. You don't have any deodorant streaks or anything like that. I've recommended this to everyone that has ever asked me about like my top Sephora picks because it's that good. It also has the ability to kind of like lighten the underarms, and it doesn't have any aluminum in it as well, so it's a natural deodorant. I love it. It's the best. So I have to restock on that. Hopefully I can hold off until the sale starts, but I guess we'll see on that one. The Kofi concealer in the shade Mango Drop. You guys, I talk your ear off about this concealer. It is like a holy grail concealer at this point. I use it almost every single time I do my makeup, and the tube I have is definitely on its last legs. I talked about this in like products that I panned. I'm pretty sure that like it's like at the tip of the doe foot inside the tube, so I gotta restock on that one. I love it. The coverage is amazing. The way it sits on the skin is amazing. It powders down flawlessly, doesn't look cakey, and the shade match is like perfection for my skin tone. And lastly is another brand that is new to Sephora. I don't know if that many people have talked about it yet, but it's the brand Dew, and I have the Air Angel. I bought this actually on TikTok shop. It was either Black Friday or like New Year's sales. I got it on like a 40% off discount, and I was wanting this for so long. It just sounds so good. Like the way that they talk about their products and really educate you on TikTok is amazing. Like I love the approach that they have when it comes to skincare. It's very scientific. It's very much like skin health, which is what I love, especially as someone that has acne prone skin and sensitive skin. Skincare products that do not irritate my skin and actually help nurture it are the best. But anyways, the Air Angel moisturizer is amazing. If you have never used it and you love a gel moisturizer, this is a must. I'm almost out of mine, and I am dreading when I'm done with it if I don't already have like a backup. It's that good. It's a gel moisturizer, but it does have a little bit of thickness to it to where it's not gonna like run down the face, you know? And it's the perfect hybrid of creamy and gel texture. It doesn't feel like, say, the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. I would say that that is strictly a gel moisturizer. This one is creamy. It absorbs into the skin really well. When you rub it in, it almost feels like plushy on the skin. I cannot say enough good things about it. It completely like has won me over, and I can't live without it. I have the Dew Forever eye masks, which I love, and the moisturizer I also am obsessed with. So I'm definitely going to be repurchasing that one so I don't have to go without it. Okay guys, that was my entire Sephora wish list as well as the products I'm going to be repurchasing. Let me know in the comments down below what you plan to pick up during this sale. I'd love to know if we have any of the same like wish list items, or if there are products that you are like really dying to get your hands on. Please let me know in the comments down below because I am nosy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!